1019.
Good afternoon. I'm Casey Chapman here with your local Lampasas area news. This newscast is service of Hoff Power Ranch and Supply. LPD enjoyed another fairly easy day yesterday. The early morning hours were quiet, then dispatchers sent them out to clear 2 non-injury wrecks, both of them at the high school within 10 minutes of each other. Officers responded to a disorderly conduct call in the 100 block of East 5th in the mid-morning hours and were called out to check on a suspicious person in the 1000 block of Mill Street. The rest of the afternoon was quiet, but picked up in the evening when a noise complaint came in from Still Street. A theft was reported in the 500 block of South Howe around 8:30 last night. Officers responded to a home burglary in the 1400 block of West 1st Street and finished the night off arresting 49-year-old Lampasas man in the 300 block of West Avenue D for possession of a controlled substance. No arrests were made by the county. Lomita went out on a livestock issue, Kipner worked a civil matter, a few animal complaints including an animal bite, and rolled out on a suicidal call. County deputies had an animal complaint and went out to Cove on a fishing game call. The burn ban has been lifted until 5 p.m. tomorrow. Stick around, more Lampasas local area news is coming up next.
To an old friend the other day, lives in a town about 40 miles from here. Hadn't seen him in a long time. Glad to renew the acquaintance. After talking old times for a while, I asked him why he was in town. Said he came here every so often, mostly to go to Hoff Power's Ranch and Supply to pick up feed or renew his feed contract. Really, I says, do they treat you right? Oh, yeah, he says. I check around on prices here and they're right on down there on cattle feed, especially if you contract it. Store inside's pretty good, too, he says. Get your blue jeans or a pair of boots if you need them. Better selection of clothes and ranch stuff, too, than you can find around here anywhere. Pretty good recommendation, I thought. Hoff Power's Ranch and Supply in Lampasas.
The City Hall lobby is closed for the remainder of the week. Their plan is to reopen on Monday morning. Employees are still conducting business, but all services will be done through the drive-through window. If you're not sure whether your home or business alarm permit is up for renewal, you can get in touch with LPD and they'll be able to look it up for you. The alarm ordinance went into effect a couple of years ago and it allows for 3 false alarms. In a calendar year after that, the city will start billing you for false alarms. If you have new alarm system in your home or business, you have up to 30 days to get your permit. Applications can be downloaded from the city's webpage at lampasas.org. And Texas is once again bracing for the effects of a presidential executive order.
President Joe Biden suspending all new federal oil and gas leases, which has reignited the debate over fracking. Texas Tech energy industry economist Michael Knoll says this will have an impact on drilling, but it will not be as bad as some predict.
In anticipation of this election, a lot of oil companies have been buying up these leases. So they actually have a stockpile.
He says this executive order only affects new leases and does not ban the practice of fracking itself, but this, combined with the cancellation of the Keystone XL pipeline, will likely drive up prices. Michael Board, TSN News.
And hey, do you cuss like a sailor? It may actually be a sign of intelligence. TSN's Susan Darwin explains.
It's true. Swearing is actually a sign of verbal superiority, according to recent studies. Timothy Jay, a professor of psychology at the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts, has been studying swearing for more than 4 decades. He says new research indicates swearing is a sign of intelligence, and it's also a sign of honesty. Apparently, the more you cuss, the less you lie. It also helps with pain tolerance. I mean, who hasn't dropped an F-bomb when they're hurt? And people who swear, they tend to be more creative. It's a right side of the brain thing. And cursing can also prevent physical violence. People who swear to vent their emotions are less likely to get physical. Susan Darwin, TSN News.
In sports, the Badger boys look to dust off after Tuesday's loss against Brownwood, putting them at 16-3 overall and 2-2 in district play. They'll be on home court tomorrow to take on Stephenville with 5 and 6:15 tip-offs. Around the district, Glen Rose sits on top, undefeated at 4-0. Lampasas and Brownwood and Stephenville all sit at 2-2, while Gatesville sits in the winless column at 0-4. The Lady Badgers celebrate their first district win on Tuesday, beating Brownwood 62-40, putting them at 18-7 overall and 1-5 in district play. The girls hit the road tomorrow against a tough Stephenville team with a 6:30 tip-off. You can hear that game live on 1450 KCYL on the AM side.
For your COVID-19 update, yesterday's estimated active COVID numbers around the region reported from the state shows Bell County finally dipping down below the 2,000 mark, down by 185. They're now showing 1,880 active cases. Coryell County dropped 39 with 424. Burnett dropped 11 with 189 active cases. Mills adding 1 with 100. San Saba jumped up 13 at 72, and Hamilton added 3, now showing 72. Here locally, as of yesterday morning, the county was reporting 126 active cases, a 7-case jump from the previous report. 7 remained hospitalized, and the fatality stands at 17. The total number of cases in the county is now 1,419.
Thank you to our viewers. We'll see you again tomorrow. I'm Casey Chapman here with your local Lampasas area news.
1019
KACQ.